Determine whether the function has an inverse function. If it does, find the inverse function. g of x equals 4x plus 1. First, recall a function has an inverse function if and only if it is 1 to 1. A function is 1 to 1 if no two input values correspond to the same output value. The function g is 1 to 1. So the function g does have an inverse function. Find the inverse of g of x equals 4x plus 1. First, write the original function, g of x equals 4x plus 1. Then replace g of x with y equals 4x plus 1. Next, interchange x and y, x equals 4y plus 1. To find the inverse function, solve the resulting equation for y. First, subtract 1 from each side of the equation. X minus 1 equals 4y. Next, multiply each side of the equation by 1/4. 1/4 times the quantity x minus 1 equals y. Then replace y with g inverse of x. 1/4 times the quantity x minus 1 equals g inverse of x. So g inverse of x equals 1/4 times the quantity x minus 1.